Hi everyone, I hope that you're doing well and keeping safe. As you can see by the title, I'm discussing plus size fashion. I've included petite fashion, but as a stylist who works with women of all different ages and sizes, I thought it'd be good to share a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So I remember when I had my first plus size client. It was about 4 years ago, and a lot of the stores didn't cater for plus size women. Now in 2020, we have a handful of stores in South Africa that actually cater for women. They call the Curve Collection, but it's not enough. When I say it's not enough, a lot of people, maybe it's not within their budget, or the sizing is also still limited, or the style or the cuts just doesn't work for everyone. So the tips that I'm going to be sharing is general style tips. It's things that you can implement, especially if you want to start a style journey. And when I say style journey, you want to now start investing in your style and the way you look so that you can gain that confidence. It's also important to know that a style journey is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that you should be working on every day, researching what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Some days you're going to feel amazing, so own it and replicate that. And some days you're going to feel a little bit frumpy. It happens to everyone, but understand what made you feel frumpy and learn from it. So without further ado, let's get to the style tips. The first style tip is to balance out your proportions. So when you're balancing out your proportions, it's about understanding your measurements and then your body type. So you can look at your measurements. I've shared this before. On my Instagram, I have a lot of tips on my highlights with all the style tips. I'll leave my Instagram handle down below. Have a look at that on how to find your measurements. It also gives you a guide on how to find your body type. So once you've done that, if you found your measurements and your body type, now you can actually understand how to balance out your proportions. Balancing out your proportions just evens out your outfit, makes you accentuate the parts that you want to accentuate and the parts that you don't want to draw any attention to. So if you want to do something with your legs in terms of accentuating that, you wear something more form-fitted. And on top, you'd wear something loose. That's giving you a balance. But if you're not too sure where you are and you're just wearing items that are just flowing straight down and gives your body no proportion, it looks as if you are lost in your own clothes. This will help you. Tip number 2. Once you found out where your proportions are and how to balance it, focus on where the items fall. So with plus size clothes, manufacturers tend to make items bigger than what they're actually meant to be. So instead of a t-shirt just falling right by your belt or a little bit longer, it falls by your thighs. And if you're a plus size woman who has bigger thighs, it's going to make it look bigger because you're going to have a pair of pants on with the top and everything's just going to look bigger. So focus on where the items are falling, especially jackets, t-shirts, blouses, shirts. Even a pair of jeans. Is it too long? Is it too short? And this brings into our third tip. If something is too long, just take it in. Shorten it. Find a good tailor who understands your measurements, understands your style needs, and can make sure that you feel good once you leave with that item as if it's a new item in your wardrobe. In order to create your style journey and make your style journey fun, you also have to make sure the items work for you. Don't just buy an item if it doesn't fit because it's too long or if it's too small. If it's too small, return it. Get a bigger size. It won't hurt because it just will make you feel better. And if something is too long, go to a tailor. Shorten it because you are creating a wardrobe that you want to look at every day and you are happy. Tip number 4. Try color. Yes, the black on black, the monochrome black on black, or just like nudes are more slimming, but sometimes it can be boring. And if you're a plus size woman who wants to try color, go for it. Implement it in small little hints. So for example, accessories, if you're just starting out. But if you want to go bold, try a jacket, try a pair of shoes, try a handbag. Then you can go for a blouse or trousers. This will really define your style and help you really focus on how you are feeling when it comes to your style journey and also accentuating your curves. Tip number 5, and it's a tip that I use for any style tips, and that is to embrace what you have with confidence. If you felt like maybe you need to cover up, so you need to wear items that are bigger than your actual size, so you're sizing up and you're covering up your body so much where you actually don't feel like yourself, don't do that. You can embrace yourself in a modest way, in a fun way, in a cute way, in a sophisticated way, if you just find items that work for your body. This is the whole process of the style journey, and this is what I love about style, because you want to embrace what you have, but you can do it with confidence and with style. And this will really help you define your personality, define your personal style, and just become, essentially the woman that you want to become. With plus size fashion, there are a lot of rules to stick to, and sometimes they help, but sometimes they don't. And if you're someone who likes rules, I just say scratch them out until you don't need them, because in order for you to find what you really need or what really works for you, rules really can't help. They just limit you. So create your own rules, create your own style guide and your style journey, so that you are just able to figure out what makes you feel good in clothes, and that you are confident, you are experimenting with fashion, and you don't feel limited. Another thing when it comes to tailoring, if you feel like you've seen an item on Pinterest and your tailor can actually make clothes, so also a seamstress, and if they can make it for you in your size, go for it. Because instead of going to a store and you find it and then you try it on, but because their sizing is so limited, it's going to make you feel uncomfortable, and you're not going to really want to do that. So get a seamstress as well who can help you make these items, a dressmaker, because once you get someone that you can work with, they will understand your measurements, your size, and your style needs, and you will then be able to create your style journey and a wardrobe that you absolutely love. I hope these tips were helpful. I will leave my magazine down below, which I've now started to also include plus size tips, and this month we are looking at plus size basics from a specific store called Forever New. So go in, click on the link for the magazine, sign up, and you can get all the style tips that you need. Until next time, guys, bye!